Hello and thanks for joining us on Frontline. I am Obiora Ilo. Last Wednesday, the Super Eagles made Nigerians proud and surprised the world with what sports pundits have described as demolition of Mali. How did that journey start? What was the magic? What was the miracle? And what is the future of the Super Eagles? That's the main thrust of our program for today as we await the finals that will be taking place in a few hours' time. Also in this passing week, about 4 political parties, the ANPP, CPC, APGA, and ACN, came together to form what has been described as a mega party with one aim: to demolish the PDP. Well, one of those that worked on this measure was former governor of Anambra State, Senator Chris Ngige. Later on, I'll be having a chat with him. Also, how is the PDP receiving this news of the formation of a mega party? I spoke with the publicity secretary of the PDP, Chief Olisa Meto. That and more is coming your way on your Frontline, which has become your Sunday show. Don't go away. Frontline continues in a moment. The Enugu State Governor Sullivan Ihana-Chochime is back to the country after months of absence, speculation, rumors, and tension in Enugu State. The governor arrived Nigeria last Thursday and returned to Enugu on Friday. We have the sights and sound of the governor's arrival at the Enugu airport. Thanks for being with us on Frontline. Well, I'm starting our discussion this afternoon with Emeka Odibo, who is a veteran sports journalist and veteran sports commentator. Emeka, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And also with us is Ama Ignis. Ama Ignis is a sports journalist. Gentlemen, I'm glad to have you in our studios.
Thank you very much.
And how do you feel knowing that in an hour's time, one thing may happen? Nigeria either lifts the cup or Nigeria loses the cup.
How do I feel? I feel elated because at the initial stage, nobody expected that this crop of Eagles will get to where they got to now, to the final. 16 teams went to South Africa, and only 2 are remaining in the sense of who takes the final diadem. If Nigeria wins it, it will be very highly elating. If Burkina Faso takes it, we wish them well because this is their first time. And you know, first time is always sweeter than several times. So win or lose, I don't feel bad. I feel happy that for once in checkered history of sports and football in particular, one young man decided that enough is enough. Well,
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you, Ama Ignis. When Emeka started, he said when they left for South Africa, I mean, a lot of people were not that hopeful. Why was this the situation when they were going to South Africa? What went wrong with Nigerian football that for a Nations Cup that we didn't feel that the Super Eagles had a stake in the finals?
Yeah, because before now the record has been very discouraging. You know, we could not qualify for Equatorial Guinea, the one that was held in Equatorial Guinea. We couldn't feature. Siasia was the chief coach then before Stephen Keshi came to take over. Nigerians felt very, very sad about that development. They felt ordinarily we should have dismissed Guinea to book our place amongst the Committee of Sporting Nations for that sporting festival. And Keshi has started. But if you look at the fact that he has not even lost a match is not enough. But there were also some squabbles among some of our top players. Obafemi Martins, Osaze was the biggest spotlight. He was supposed to go to the Nations Cup. He came out yelling. And a lot of Nigerians felt that, yes, you needed the big player like Osaze to be in the team to perhaps provide options for Stephen Keshi. That didn't come to be. And when they started in Group C, we started by playing the team we're playing now in the final. We're going to play now in the final in the next couple of hours, 1 hour plus or thereabout, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso made the debut in 1978 as, and they didn't go so far except the one they hosted in 1998 when they came fourth. We had a 1-1 draw. We struggled in that game. The second match we had, we also struggled against defending champion Zambia. And come to look at the Wire Antelopes, we also managed, if you ask me, except for the man I always like to use the word nutmeg, a priceless jewel, you know, very intelligent, brilliant player. I'm talking about Victor Moses. Perhaps you say he has drawn us out of the Nile. Now, his incisive play and brilliant play ended us the 2-0 victory against the Wire Antelopes. Nigerians never believed. There were criticism here and there. And whether anybody likes it or not, it has propelled the team to the level they are now. We took on an Ivorian side, rated #1 in Africa. We had an Algeria too who were #2 before we had the likes of Mali who are rated #3. Now against the Ivorians, star-studded, the likes of Yaya Toure, the likes of Gavinho, Didier Drogba, you know, you can go on and on. Look at the list. Barry, one of the best goalkeepers, and Ivorians, they had smooth sail. Even during the qualifiers, it was an easy meet for them to qualify. And shockingly, the boys raised the tempo of their game. They surprised you and I and defeated Ivory Coast 2-1. You know, that was where the whole problem is. So you wouldn't blame perhaps Nigerians who never believe, because in football, say, the way you are dancing the music makes people appreciate it the more.
Okay, Emeka, because I want us to take it further. So they get into the championship. The first match with Burkina Faso, the Super Eagles were not super. The second match with Zambia, they did not shine. People were still a little laid back about what they thought they were doing. And suddenly, when they played Algeria, almost everything started changing.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Sorry, Côte d'Ivoire. So what I'm asking is, what was the magic? Where did the miracle happen? What did the coach what did he at that point started getting right? That by the time we were playing Cote d'Ivoire, it was divided. Some people thought we could confront them and win.
It's a very simple question and simple answer. Keshi himself provided the answer. He said, 5 weeks team. That this team is just 5 weeks old in terms of answering the word team.
In the tournament.
In the tournament. So, apart from that, the man tried to remove, as Amma said, the so-called big names, and brought in 6 homeboys and relatively unknown foreign-based boys. And you know, Nigerians, everybody wants a ready-made answer to every situation, which doesn't happen more often than not. But Keshi remained resolute. I tell you that with the preparation and the first game, second game, his sack letter was being prepared. There were the meetings upon meetings, even at the highest level, to sack him and bring in the Zambian coach. These are no secrets anyway. So, but what I'm trying to say is that Keshi said that because it's a young team, they've never played together as a team before. Then he didn't bring in the so-called names that Nigerians will just wake up in their sleep and call. There was this skepticism about the team. But that he believed that with time, as they are going on daily basis, there will be that understanding, that cohesion, that level, that team play. That's what is happening.
And that's what we're seeing.
There's no other magic. They played the first game, it was ragtag. They played the second one. Well, come see, come sir, not here, not there. As some people said it was the referee that caused the problem or whatever. The third game against Ethiopia, they won by 2 goals to nothing, but the commentator said, this is not a way a champion should want to win matches. Anyway. But then, against Ivory Coast, it was a way a champion can emerge. And from there, we've never had it so good. So I think that the magic is that as they stay together, they keep understanding each other. As they train together, they keep understanding the secret message. There's communication on the field of play.
There's bonding.
Yes, if there is no communication on the field of play, you're bound to have problems. And when Nigeria was playing Ivory Coast, I said, Nigeria will beat Ivory Coast because there's no cohesion in that team. It appeared there was a problem of who is the superstar in the Ivorian team. Even when there was no interchange between Yaya Toure and Didier Drogba, which was what we had in quantum in that game between Mikel Obi and Victor Moses. There was none in the Ivorian lineup. So Didier Drogba was alone. Even when he got the ball and wanted to take a shot, he hit it on the body of Yaya Toure, who never forgave him. And you see, if you want to win a match, if you had one purpose, and then there was a mistake, you should easily forgive one another and move on. But Didier Drogba had to call him aside to beg him to please forgive him. He was still raking. So that showed that there was the center could not hold for Ivory Coast.
Let me make an addition here.
Yes.
If you look at the bunch of Super Eagles, I said earlier they raised the bar. There was character in the team. There was confidence to say, who is a Yaya Toure? Who is a Didier Drogba? If you can look down on your opponent and say, they are minnows, they cannot crush you. That's a boost for you.
Psychologically.
Yes, psychologically. And now before the game, the Ivorians, Ibue and co were going around town saying, we are going to crush Nigeria.
I read one tweet where one of them said they are going to eat Nigeria like chickens. Like chickens.
But so all those were propelling factor for the Super Eagles. And I must commend them. They were brilliant. They surprised everybody. Till tomorrow, in the future, it remains a huge shock.
Well, that's where I disagree with everybody. Why should beating Ivory Coast be a shock? I can't understand.
A team that is rated #1 on the
continent. What is rating
in the world?
We are 52.
Excuse me,
57 in the world.
That rating is for administrative purposes of FIFA to make people want to play more friendlies and make more money for FIFA. It's political.
But you're not.
I am telling you, it's
FIFA.
political.
Okay.
When we are playing Ivory Coast is not superior to Nigeria. It has never been. In what form? our pedigree in the World Cup, Ivory Coast cannot match it.
They've not match. Agree. But
our pedigree in the Cup of Nations, Ivory Coast cannot match it. What is the meaning of
the latest
shock?
achievement of Ivory Coast, even on the continent and with international friendly matches, we're yet to match it.
Well, Emeka,
but we're not saying that Ivory Coast have matched our record in terms of world football.
You know, you're a veteran of sports, so it may not shock you. But for those of us that are lesser human beings, when you talk about sports, we are quite shocked.
No, it doesn't require expertise. It's just for you to say, statistically, in FIFA competitions, we have appeared 5 times. We've got to this level in the FIFA World Cup. Ivory Coast has appeared only once and has not got to any level. In the Cup of Nations, we have won twice. Ivory Coast has won only once. So what is it?
Okay. We'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll look at the magic that we need to win the Cup, and then the future of Stephen Keshi and the future of this crop of Super Eagles players. But now, let's take that interview which I had with Senator Chris Ngige, who was one of the ACN stalwarts at the meeting to hammer together the merger of 4 parties to give birth to what we have called the mega party.
What is the objective of the coming together of these parties?
No, the objective is simple. You're a Nigerian, just like me. You know that things are not working well. Be it at the local government level, no effective governance, no welfare of the people at mind, which is the cardinal principle of any government business, to make the people happy, to protect them, which you call security of their lives and their property, to give them social benefits of life, protect them socially, in terms of health. When they're sick, they go into a hospital, an infirmary, clinic, and get cured to be well. To be housed, shelter, decent shelter for every citizen. To educate their children and generations coming up. And the first law in regeneration or metamorphosis is that you want your children to get better quality life than you did. If you got education in a mud house school, you want your children to go into a brick house school. Thatched house, you want them to go into a school with corrugated iron sheets. Today, the reverse is the case. I have gotten better education than my children. I have my children in medical school here. But the quality of training has dipped. So we don't want this road to continue. The economy is not good. Joblessness all over the place. So the youths are forced to go into easily available jobs. And what are these available jobs? Kidnapping, which is now being legitimized. It's either you do an emergency program or you negotiate with them, whether it's Boko Haram, whether it is militancy in Niger Delta, whether it is Black People's Congress, OPC, or MASOB. We can't continue this way. So a lot of us came together and decided that we must rescue the country. The country is on the precipice, whether at local government, whether at state level, and even national. So we don't need to lie to ourselves. The first thing you know, or I know, as a medical doctor is that if you want to be cured, if you want to be healed, you get to your doctor, you must tell him the truth. You tell him everything. You make full disclosures as it is. So now the parties have decided that we are doing full disclosure to ourselves.
You said because of the ills of society, no jobs, probably no proper Medicare, and all this. That's why the parties are coming together. Some of these parties run government in the states, and there's kidnapping in those areas. There's unemployment. There's poor health facilities. So that cannot be the reason.
No, the situation is preponderant in PDP-controlled states and the PDP national government.
But it's not.
We are not in national government. All these parties that come together. And if you are to take our states as pilot states to judge us, you will score us good. You will score us summa cum laude. Talk in terms of Lagos. It's an ACN government. You must give an A. Talk in terms of Edo. It's an ACN government. You must give an A. Talk in terms of Ekiti, Osun, Oyo. What is it called again? Ogun. I don't want to be seen to be too partial. You cannot score them lower than an 80. So what I'm telling you is that the governments these parties have produced are governments of performance. They are not mediocrity governments. So we are determined that we are going to salvage this country. We are going to rescue the Nigerian masses from the throes of misgovernance, intimidation, oppression, and victimization, governmental victimization. We're going to pick them out by the ballots.
I've heard people say that this is a coming together of frustrated parties, and out of their frustration, they just want to come together.
Are we frustrated in ACN?
Pull down the PDP.
Are we frustrated in National Congress of Nigeria? Answer me.
No, it's not me. I've heard people say that.
Yes.
So is it a coming together of frustrated?
But
is it a
Nigerian
coming together of frustrated?
Far from it at all. It's a conglomeration of progressive minds. People who look forward to tomorrow. People who know that there's something called history. When you are not there, your history will be written. And history is a very unkind surgeon. If you perform well, it will give you good. It will not cut you with any knife. If you will not perform well, history will give you unkind cuts. And you have no way of saying, no, this is not true. Because you are gone by the time history is written. We want to be on the good side of history. So we have now fallen back to the English maxim, which says that it is better to be late than never. We are late in forming this party. We are late, we agree. But better than never.
You know, every political party is unique in its own way.
Yes.
Every political party has its own principles.
Yes.
They have its own, every political party has its own manifesto.
Yes.
Don't you think that's a big challenge here, fusing together these different manifestos, which has made people say that this is a coming together of strange bedfellows? I'm sure you must have heard that.
Yes, I have that. But you don't have to get everybody looking at things with positivity. Pessimism is another side of the coin. Any coin has two sides. There's an upper side and a lower side. They don't say the same thing. The pessimists, they must be there. And the people you are talking now, you're referring to now, saying we're strange bedfellows, but we're going to prove them wrong.
How do you want to do
We're
that?
going to prove them wrong.
How will you do that?
Because in the next 5-6 weeks, we'll conclude whatever is there for the asking. The conditionalities are there for us. We know the conditionalities.
The first test of the viability of this coming together will be in 2015. Yes. And the PDP say they are waiting for you out there to teach you a bitter lesson. Do you think, does it worry you?
Why should it worry me? But you know that the PDP you are referring to is a divided house. It's a divided house. The National Working Committee of the PDP today don't work with the national chairman. They are not. Many state chapters of the PDP do not recognize that their National Working Committee as an authentic National Working Committee. You know it. It's only that the opposition parties have not done the needful all along. That's why I say to you that it's better to be late than never. I was an officer of the PDP. I was Assistant National Secretary of the PDP from 2000 to 2003. I was an NEC member of PDP. As a matter of fact, I was the first protein publicity secretary of Southeast PDP when we formed PDP in 1999. So I know the mechanism of action in PDP. I know the working arrangements in PDP. And I can tell you, PDP today is a toothless bulldog.
So it will be a big fight?
No fight. We're going to run across them, especially in this day of one man, one vote. We'll run over them.
Which they made possible. Which the PDP
No, they didn't make it possible. We forced them. We forced PDP that one man, one vote is a legitimate instrument enshrined in our constitution. They didn't like it. But we are forcing them in every state. The last place we forced them was in Ondo. Edo, sorry. And Adams Oshimolo taught them a bitter lesson. We are going to go into the fight with our eye open and with our eye on the ball.
Let's end this discussion with what a lot of Nigerians are thinking about.
Yeah. What are they thinking about?
That they need an opposition that will be strong,
correct,
Nigerian, patriotic,
correct,
progressive, and not just opposition that will be opposition for opposition's sake.
Yeah.
Is that what the kind of opposition we're going to see in this coalition?
No.
The more objective, patriotic opposition?
No, this question is not very fair. You know the leaders of this coalition. Are they not patriotic Nigerians? We have General Muhammad Buhari, former head of state. Is he not a patriotic Nigerian? Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, my friend, is he not a patriotic Nigerian? Shekarau, former governor, is he not a patriotic Nigerian? You have my very good friend Sani Bakura of Zamfara, former governor, two-time senator. Is he not a patriotic Nigerian? You have George Akume, non-patriotic. Aremo Shegu Oshoba, editor of the Daily Times, who has reported the reportables, including the January 15 coup, 1966. Otunbani Adebayo. Who are you talking about? Or is it Tommy Kini, who led NRC to major victories during the time we had SDP and National Republican Convention, a sort of diarchy during that time? They are patriotic Nigerians. They are fearless too. And there are people who believe on something and stand by it.
Is everyone in this coalition going to put their selfish interest behind and put Nigeria before them? Because most times we see coalitions like this disintegrate because of individual ambitions.
I have a saying that you use the money to know what the day will bring. We arrived at a name for this coalition within 2 hours of breaking into caucuses and having different meetings and coming back. Has it ever happened in the history of Nigeria, even with party formation, that people have come and decided that they will serve their country, that they will salvage whatever is left from the raids, that the days of the locusts will let it go with the PDP, the Buccaneers, the Dracudas and Sharks? Both of them are just there to eat like locusts, eat off the leaves. We are saying no to that. So we have subsumed interest. Doesn't it surprise you that the name is APC? And that we didn't say, oh, it should be ACP, or that we should run with ACN because we have 6 governors. Doesn't it surprise you? We are going to make more sacrifices, especially in our party. You'll be shocked on the things we will do to make these things work.
In a few sentences,
yes.
What's your message to the PDP?
They should get ready and come for lessons on how to be an opposition party. Because by 2015, they will play that role, God willing.
Well, gentlemen, let's go back to what is happening today. We are playing the finals, and we are meeting last the team we met first. Let me start with you, Ignis. What should we do? What should Keshi do? And what should our players do today?
I want to start from what Keshi said in his last interview in Durban after we dismissed Mali 4-1. He said, yes, we are going to the party, but it's not yet time, Uhuru. It's not yet time for us to celebrate. He is happy as a man, as a coach, as a player, having won the cup during his era. Now he's looking forward to winning it. The boys must remain intact. They will not lack concentration. They must be focused. You will not dismiss Burkinaps. The Stallions are a very stubborn side. They are fighters. They have perhaps one of the best goalkeeper in the team, Dauda Diakite. Also Jonathan, who unfortunately was given a harsh red and yellow card, having been fouled in the vital box, 18-yard box by Tunisian referee Slim Dedidi in their last semi-final clash. And of course, Bonse, who was one man in the wilderness that terrorized the Ghanaians in their defense. We must have players who are mobile and physically fit, because if you watch the Stallions, they are a very mobile side. They are physically fit. They had muzzled the Ghanaians in the semi-final clash, and that was one thing that kept them during that semi-final. The Ghanaians, led by Kwesi Appiah, were looking for solutions and panacea to ward off the offensives from the Stallions. So if we have such a mobile team and we maintain our cool, fortify our midfield, because they also have midfield jugglers who can win the ball, who can chase the ball. That's why I started with saying that they are good fighters. And when you have such fighters, I'm not saying equally that we don't have. That is why we are also meeting them today. That is why they've gotten to where they are. If you watch all their matches, the team will beat 2-0, they beat 4-0, talking about Ethiopia. You know, a lot of people, they also struggled. If not for the referee, ordinarily they would have wrapped up the game against Ghana. So, and they have Paul Pot, who is a very, very experienced coach. Keshi has come out to talk about white coaches who he doesn't feel know it all than some of them who have played the game and who are also now coaching it. He says he wants to see a white or a foreign coach that he can learn from. I think it's going to be a big war, but we must remain resolute to know that we should not start celebrating yet until the job is done.
It's not over until it's over. So, Emeka, what should we do?
What should we do? The die is cast, really. Keshi himself was saying, well, that he remained grateful to his boys for doing the job on the field, that it wasn't him, that he was only on the sideline shouting. So if shouting could push them to do great things, they did, then he should shout more. so I think that's the thing. The boys have been identified, apart from Emenike, who has some injury scare. I think that the team is intact. It's almost injury-free. And that's one major thing that goes for you in a competition that is well knit like this, that gives you just 2 days before you play the next match. And I'm also happy that nobody picked up, those that had yellow in the quarterfinal did not pick up yellow in the semi. So his team is completely intact, unlike the Burkinabes. 2 great players are out, unless there's an appeal against the referee and if appeal is upheld. They have a chance to appeal, and I think they have enough ground to appeal. This is a situation that made me sad, even though I know that with the boys, Jonathan's exit is easier for us, but then it's a disrepute to football. And I'm shocked that Slim, who is an experienced referee, could take such decision. But that's not the issue here. The issue is that I pray that we have a good referee. I don't trust these white referees. They are all Africans, I agree. But they take certain decisions that we begin to ask ourselves, where did they get the rules from? Is it not the rules that we know? It beats my imagination. If you watched the semi-final clash between Burkina Faso and Ghana, you saw that on 3 occasions you injured a team that is the underdog. It's never done. A team that is struggling, is doing well, but is the underdog in that situation. In fact, on 4 occasions, he gave a 50-50 penalty to Ghana. Well,
it was not even a penalty.
Once is a 50-50 situation, well, you can give it to the referee. That's one. Then 2, they scored a goal to equalize. You ruled it. Whatever he ruled it, he himself did not even interpret. He just blew his whistle and said free kick. Because if he knew he was right, he would have indicated why he blew the whistle. He cancelled the goal. Then this guy, Jonathan, got a penalty. One of the rules says if you are obstructing the play of the man with the ball inside the penalty area, is a penalty.
He was impeded.
He was impeded. His movement was impeded. And then there was a contact. So it's a double punishment. That boy should get a red and then a penalty. But instead, it was the man that was injured, that was vilified, that got the red card. But that is the situation. Okay. So we believe that with good refereeing, with good refereeing tonight, we will go soon.
We'll take another break. I did tell you that a new party is in town, and that's a party that brought ANPP, CPC, ABGA, ACN together. What is the stand of the PDP, the so-called largest, biggest party in Africa? We spoke to the spokesman of the PDP, Chief Olisa Meto. Just recently, a number of parties came together to form what they have called M, and their main aim is to dethrone the PDP and, according to them, provide a better life for Nigerians. As a political party, the ruling party, how do you react to this development?
Well, as a decent party and a party filled with responsible citizens of Nigeria, we want to congratulate the opposition parties for coming together. It is not a mean feat. They deserve our congratulations. We believe as a party that it will deepen democracy in this country. It will help us to engage in a healthy debate on issues, especially on the economy. We want Nigerians to have the benefit of the other angle, the alternative to our programs and policies in government. What we would like the opposition to do, or the new party to do, is to assist in the progress of our democracy by discussing ideas, discussing issues and programs, not necessarily engaging in deceit or doing politics of insult or propaganda. No, let us raise the ante. We welcome them on board. It is not easy to be a big party. We do not want to dwell on the demerits, on the problems of the media. We just welcome them. It is a free and fair. It's going to be a free and fair contest. At the end of the day, let Nigerians choose. We are People's Democratic Party. For now, we remain the only national party. We remain a party that is built on a national interest. We promote national unity. We are not influenced by the decisions of individuals or group of persons, but the overall interest of the nation. We are in every nook and cranny of Nigeria, every single place. And we are not influenced by ethnic and religious interests. So we welcome them, let them play it clean, and Nigerians will be the bigger beneficiaries of having two strong parties. We are happy with it, but we are confident that we'll continue to win elections.
So you don't think they have the capacity to end the reign of the PDP?
No, definitely no. PDP is a big party. You see, when you have a new party and when you have a big party, there are so many problems that will come with it. We have gone through that teething problem. They will witness it, they will see it. It will happen. They will have their primaries. Candidates will leave their party. People will claim there will be a lot of problems that will come with it. I don't want to dwell on it. We want to stress that it is good for the development of democracy. Welcome on board APC. We are waiting. But let us always engage in debates on issues. Let us not go back to the old ways of raising tension in the country, or one man will wake up and issue a statement or say anything he wants to do, and that becomes the policy of a party, a national party. No, we don't want the opposition to keep on doing that. And we don't want them to keep on raising issues and religious issues and keep on things that will promote violence. We don't want them to do that. We want them to talk about policies and programs of the government. If we have a program that we have, let them condemn it. Let them say it is not good, and let them offer the alternative. That is how democracy is played all over the world. We want them to learn how to do that. We would like them to put our elected officials, our elected and appointed officials on the toe. There are governors, there are ministers, there is the president, there is National Assembly. Whatever they do, engage them in debate. Say why it is not good for Nigeria, and offer your own opinion. That way, at the end of the day, Nigerians will have the opportunity to support any party they want. They'll be well informed on who they are voting for.
Well, now that these parties have come together and determined, to fight the PDP, so to say, it is no longer going to be a tea party. Is the PDP putting up a strategy, to sort out internal challenges like disagreements here and there? Is there something the party has done to make sure that the party is together to fight this new battle?
There is no internal party disputes that we have now, that we have not seen bigger ones in the past, and we'll continue getting over it and winning elections. There are minor problems, and we've actually settled it. The president has been very helpful, very, very helpful. He has shown leadership quality in trying to ensure that at the end of the day that PDP is very peaceful, and will continue to be strong, united. We're confident that our internal challenges notwithstanding, we will continue to win the elections. And do not forget that the new party will have their own internal challenges. The new party will have their own problems. The new party will be faced with the ego of one man that want to dominate it. The new party will be faced by people who want to engage in religious extremism. The new party will be faced by people who will believe that having tickets will be their own right. So when they don't get the ticket, when they are not elected in their primaries, we hope they will start having primaries, because we know there is only PDP that conducts primaries. If they start having primaries, they will be faced with their own challenges. So it's not about PDP, it's about development of democracy. We will see. Time will soon prove us right or wrong.
Some have this impression that the PDP is a multi-party, not one party, as you hear discordant voices on certain issues. Like in Rivers State, today the governor is on the other side, the minister for the Niger Delta is on the other side. I mean, the PDP is aging, and they say old wine gets better. How do you address these discordant voices in the PDP?
PDP is like Nigeria. A lot of ethnic ethnic interests and groups, and we're coming together for the progress and interest of the nation. It's like Nigeria. We have all kinds of people in PDP. In Nigeria, and we have all kinds of people in PDP. But at the end of the day, we're guided by one single factor, that of national interest, promotion of national interest, national unity, and the progress of and betterment of the ordinary Nigerian. So it is not uncommon. It is seen everywhere. But I must tell you, that's the way you're looking at it is different from how we're looking at it. We are looking at it that we allow people to express their rights. They have freedom of expression. And things are debated heavily by the party internally and even people from outside. Let people see other views. We think it's healthy debate. We think it is good for people to challenge each other, especially on development. There was no insult. It's just a question of development. So let people keep on talking about the positives of what they have done and their own achievements. And it will help our elected people to be more conscious of their responsibility to the ordinary Nigerian.
And just one last word to the mega party.
Good luck. Welcome on board. 2015, Nigerians will decide. Thank you.
Well, that was Chief Olisa Metu talking about the PDP and their readiness to meet the new party at elections in 2015. Gentlemen, we're almost concluding this program, and I want us to look beyond tonight. There were rumors that sack letters were circulating for Keshi before the rhythm changed in South Africa. What is his future? What is the future of these players that have done so much for Nigeria? And some people have asked, do we need to have this back and forth movement? One coach today, 2 months after he loses a match, another coach comes and all that. What is the future?
Yeah, well, the future is in our hands. I think that Keshi has made an eloquent speech, and that is that at some point in time, you must rebuild. You must have a rebuilding process. You must look at what you have and begin to weed off those who are retiring, and then bring in those who are aspiring, and bring in those who are standing firm. You build for today, you build for tomorrow. Otherwise, we will be facing the problem that Cameroon has faced. Cameroon is phased out of football. At least in the next 4 years, I don't see Cameroon doing anything because there's nothing happening. The Football Federation is in disarray. I hope ours will not be in disarray because of this back and front movement that they are doing. It's not a rumor that a letter was circulating. It was not circulating already, but it was almost written. And
it was already in the computer.
Yes, it was already in the computer with all the grammar inside
and the names
it,
and all
the
that.
names and everything. But be that as it may, I have taken time to look at Keshi's contract. Never was it written that he must take us to anywhere. What they said is qualify us for Cup of Nations, South Africa 2013.
Oh, he's gone beyond his...
The man has gone beyond every mandate you can ever think of. If he wins the cup, I think by winning the cup, they should go and rehash that letter of employment to say, since you have won the cup, as the indigenous coach,
the first ever, you should go ahead until you get tired. Honestly.
You know, I think one big problem we have is problem of continuity. It has continued to bedevil progress. Rather, it has brought us retrogression. We have lacked that severally. Ordinarily, some federations will say, let's leave Sia from where he stopped.
You mean Keshi?
Even though Sia from where he stopped, even though we couldn't pick the ticket to Equatorial Guinea. But Sia was like, it was a swan song for him after we played 2-2 against Guinea at the Abuja National Stadium, now under repairs. And Keshi now came on board. Remember, two of them were previously interviewed. But because Sia was a man of the people, they played politics. And we shouldn't mix politics with our sports. To a large extent, it's not helping issues. Now you have a Keshi who, like he has rightly said, some of these Nigerian coaches, they don't have their contracts spelled out. And Nigerian coaches are not professional enough. They don't speak out. By the time Anuche Eukeria, who did her best before, you had an elderly coach who took us to the last Women's World Cup. And talking about Coach Kadrikana. Ordinarily, you would say because she had played for the country, she had assisted in various categories of the women national team, she had also coached some club side, she should continue. Coach Ikana came with a huge wealth of experience. I doff my hat for, but he had never coached women football. You see, the physiology of women differs from what you and I have as men. And the psychology is also different. The techniques and pattern of coaching women is different. Now, Kadrikana went to Equatorial Guinea and failed. Now, people are saying bring back Uche Eukeria because she has an antecedent. She has a UEFA Grade B license. You understand? Now, this is a Keshi who had played for this country, who had taken everybody by storm, getting to the level he has gotten. If you ask me, there was a post-match statement by Keshi during our semi-final against Mali. He said he doesn't know, he's not sure if he will be in Nigeria if he wins today. It doesn't matter. It matters to him if we win. It does not also matter to him when we win, but an important thing that he's part of his team, he's part of his boys. Like Emeka said, he has been shouting. We need him to shout more. But if you ask me, Keshi, there are scouts. They need him. He's ambitious. He's adventurous as well. He wants to leave Nigeria. He has made an impression, he's a mark. Life is about planting your footprints on the sands of time. As far as Nigerian football is concerned, Keshi has planted his footprints on the sands of time. Whether he wins the cup in the next couple of hours or not, Keshi has made a mark. You will agree with me. You will agree with me. So there are people who want his services. Remember, he has coached Mali. That's a record for him. He has coached the Togolese Hawks. That's a record for him. And he has taken Nigeria thus far in the tournament. That's great kudos. But we need, above all, if you agree with me, we need a consistent NFF with professionals who have the administrative savvy to take our football to the promised land. We don't seem to have it. There have been squabbles here and there. Things are not going right. Even the NFF Secretary General has been acting for so long. How many years will he act? He needs to be confirmed as the Secretary General of the Nigerian.
If he's not good,
if he's not good, or if he's not good, you throw him out.
Okay, gentlemen. One final thing. What's your prediction?
My prediction is a win. My prediction is a win, but I want to say it here, that if we win, let Nigerians not say, I told you so. You see, because it's not easy.
I know.
It's not easy. It's not easy for both sides. I haven't played in the first leg, first match. just like we did in Algiers 90, playing Algeria in the first match.
They know themselves very
and
well.
then we played in the final,
final.
Nigeria in Algiers 90. That's
was a big, was a big
what
fight.
is going to happen is a big fight. It's a very, very big fight.
Okay, your prediction is a win.
My prediction is a win.
You don't want to hazard how many goals?
No.
The scoreline.
Ilo, I'm really not good at soothsaying.
Yeah.
I'm not a soothsayer, but from mathematics, from statistics, I told you the Stallions of Burkina Faso are a stubborn side.
So what's your
It's going to be
prediction?
tough. Nigeria seem to have the edge for me.
So
Nigeria
what's the
seem
scoreline
to,
for you?
I don't want to say it, but I think I want to join him to say we will win, but if we become complacent, it will go the other way.
Gentlemen, I must thank you for your time, your insight, and your analysis.
Thank you.
And I wish you a lot of luck.
We wish ourselves a lot of luck.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. We'll take another break. Well, I listened to a song so many years ago. I've tried to remember who the musician was, but I remember what that song was entitled. Do You Believe? When our boys left our shores and went to South Africa, nobody believed in them. Of course, they say success has many relations. Failure is an orphan. When they started doing well, everyone wanted to own a part of them. Later today, they will be proving themselves beyond measure. And I ask, do you believe? As Nigerians, what we need to do today is to give them our support, pray for them, and believe that they will carry the day. As I wish you luck, I want to thank you for watching. I am Obiora Ilo from Abuja, Nigeria.